Okay, so it's time to hear from a couple of our innovation sponsors. And first up, really delighted to welcome back Guy Sutherland from UrbanThings. Part of Paragon ID, UrbanThings is a UK-based technology company providing cities, local authorities, and passenger transport operators with a smart transport platform for mobile ticketing and reservations, live vehicle tracking, and rich passenger analytics. Guy is head of bids and partnerships and has a wealth of experience in the transport industry, specialising in the use of SaaS technology to improve passenger experience and provide operators and authorities with better visibility of how their passengers travel. Enabling multi-operator smart ticketing is key to getting people back to the bus and driving behaviour change. Guy is going to explore the tools at our disposal to achieve this and what the future of transportation might look like.
Cool, thanks. We've just had Mira talk about some of the challenges of achieving multimodal, multi-operator, these types of schemes. Actually, we think that we have the technologies at our disposal today to solve these problems. We don't need to think about what we're going to do in 5 years' time, what we're going to do in 10 years' time. We think we can do it right now. We think we can do it today. I'm going to start off, though, with a bit of classic audience participation. So if you could pop your hands up if you've used a bus in one of your journeys in the last 6 months. And keep your hand up if that journey involved either multiple modes or multiple operators or a combination of the two. And here's the big challenge. Keep your hand up if that was outside of London or not using a TfL system. Great. So in the room amongst us, we're all well familiar with some of the challenges that you might encounter as you're going across multiple modes and multiple operators. And what we'd like to do is look at how technology can help to reduce those boundaries and bring new passengers into the systems, and also encourage passengers who are currently riding with us to take more journeys using public transport. So just firstly, by way of sort of background and introductions for those of you who aren't familiar, at UrbanThings, we exist to make travel simple. We're part of Paragon ID. We have more than a decade of experience working with operators and authorities in Europe, North America, and the UK, deploying a mobility solution that delivers passenger information and ticketing. And Paragon ID are a market leader in smart cities and ticketing. Today, we're powering well over 130 million journeys a year with this technology. That's me. You've heard who I am. You can find me on LinkedIn. But just to start then with why we're here today, I think we've all got a shared interest in getting people out of private cars. And that's not just for commercial benefits for operators wanting to increase ticket revenue, but that's also to get people to take more sustainable journeys and make more sustainable choices. After all, as we know, a fully loaded bus can take around 75 cars off the road. And if we can encourage everyone to switch just one of their journeys in a year for a bus journey, that eliminates around 1 billion car journeys and 2 million tonnes of carbon dioxide in a year. So how do we create this behavioural change? In order to get a would-be car driver to take public transport or take a bus instead, like I said, I think the first thing we need to do is eliminate the barriers to those journeys and reduce the friction and annoyance that you might encounter. So that means creating a delightful and convenient passenger experience. And we think that an excellent tool for doing this is using apps. So first up, we think you're going to need a world-class journey planning app. This allows people to easily plan the journey they want to make, as well as seeing what the travel options are, and in particular discover where the journey they want to make is potentially served by shared or active mobility. That covers, public transport, micromobility, all of the likes. A good journey planner will also help somebody who was going to drive a car to discover that perhaps the route they're going to take is well served by a bus. So that's great. You've got a journey planner. Once you've planned your journey and someone's made the decision that they're going to take a bus instead of getting a car, that's brilliant. That's a pat on the back for us already. We then need to make sure that we give them a simple and easy way to access the real-time information and serve them with what they need to know about the journey they've decided to take. So that comes in the form of a real-time information app. And this uses things like the BOD service that Mira touched on before to surface all of that data in one place that passengers can easily access. So this makes sure they know what time they need to leave, what time they're going to arrive at their stop, what time the bus will turn up, and it will help to build trust that the public transport that they've chosen to take the step of using is in fact convenient, is going to turn up, and they're going to get the journey that the Journey Planner app they just used has promised them. So, while they're waiting for that service, or maybe before they've even left their house, we then need to give them a tool to buy their tickets with. Brilliant. Another app, mobile ticketing. So this app allows passengers to easily find the ticket that they want to buy and buy it before they get to the bus stop. Now they can board with confidence, knowing that they know where they're going to go, they know when the bus is going to turn up, and they've got the ticket purchased ready to board. So there's no need to faff around counting change when they get on. They don't need to ask a driver where they're going, which is great because we know people don't want to speak to each other anymore. And they can get straight on, they can find a seat in as simple of a journey as if they'd have just hopped in their car. So that's brilliant. But what if that passenger wants to travel on multiple different operators? Well, as we all know, not every operator in the country has the same technology on board. Some people have QR readers from one company, some people have contactless bank card support, some people don't. But what we do have in common is ITSO. So that's great. We can offer those passengers who want to do a multi-operator journey an ITSO smart card, and we can give them another app to put their ticket onto that card. That's great. So now we've got passengers who can plan a journey, decide they're going to get out of the car and take a public transport or shared mobility route. They can see what time their vehicle, their bus or their train service is going to arrive. They can buy their ticket, whether that's a mobile ticket purchased from their phone, or whether that's an ITSO ticket that they've also purchased from their phone using another app and loaded, or even a visually validated ticket showed as a mobile ticket on their phone. And if they still don't want to buy a ticket before they travel, we can let them pay as they go by boarding using contactless technologies. So for those services that do have cEMV on board, you can simply get on and tap your bank card. Even better, we can make sure we delight those passengers and give them a great experience on their journey by giving them an app that lets them to see their journey history, get instant access to support for the journeys they've made, and get notifications and encouragement when they do the right thing, when they're achieving capping status, for example. And finally, once we've attracted those passengers, the next thing we need to do is retain them. And we can do this by giving them an app. So passengers can download an app that allows them to collect points for the journeys they're going to take, and this will drive the loyalty and behavioural change that we want to see. It will reward them for choosing to take that sustainable journey that the Journey Planner right up at the start encouraged them to take. So, what we're saying is that to delight passengers and get them to make the sustainable travel choices we want, to get them to take multimodal and multi-operator journeys, we need them to get a Journey Planner app, a mobile ticketing app, a real-time information app, maybe an app for their contactless journey history, a loyalty app, and carry around a smart card or a contactless bank card. Brilliant. 5 apps, 2 pieces of paper, all to get that one passenger out of their car and onto a bus or a train. Is that right? Well, as I touched on at the start, we think we've got the technology available in our hands today to put all of this into one place and provide that delightful passenger experience. So this is what Urban Hub aims to do. It's a single platform that combines real-time information and journey planning, taking the data from those various sources that we mentioned, into a single passenger touchpoint alongside mobile ticketing and ITSO ticketing, all from the same app, with a single operator or authority back office for the people managing that scheme to see how people are travelling around the system and manage what's on offer. So that's one app that will delight passengers, reduce friction in their journey, simplify payments, and drive the loyalty and behavioural change that we want to see. For passengers, what this means is they have a single app that supports their multi-operator and multimodal journey. They've got a single place to go to get those multi-operator and multimodal tickets. We encourage bus patronage and public transit patronage by putting the real-time information and journey plans that passengers need right at their fingertips. We can show the variety of mobility and shared mobility options that are available, and we can even encourage people by showing them things like the calories and CO2 that they'll burn and save during the journey they choose to take. And alongside that, we're also providing passengers with a platform for their voice to be heard by their operator or by their local authority, which helps to provide that feedback loop that makes people feel engaged and valued as customers and as local residents. And for the operator and for the authority, what this means is simplified operations in a central platform that allows you to monitor the behavioural change that's taking place, monitor the way people are using services, and adapt and improve them as you go, all whilst helping passengers to make a more sustainable choice, which helps to impact your positive change on the environment. Bringing your passengers and your local residents a range of fare offerings all under one roof without the need to get people to download multiple apps, carry multiple different payment methods. And instead what you'll do is you'll empower passengers with a tool that they need to plan and take and pay for those journeys right within their hands. And all of this takes place within a single branded solution that drives a strong brand or network identity, and that supports the community impact that you're making in a future-proofed solution. So the most important thing that I said right up at the top is that we think we can do this now. In fact, we don't think, we know. I've got it on an app on my phone, which is right here in front of me. This isn't a hypothetical future. This isn't something that's been dreamed up as if we procure this, if we get this funding, then this might happen. This is something that we can do by taking technologies that are available right now using ITSO, mobile ticketing, BODs, and other open data sources. So essentially, let's give it a go. I think anyone who has a system or a solution where they think this is applicable, or you might be aware of a scheme that this could be useful to, we'd be really keen to chat and talk about how this solution will help us to improve patronage using the technology that's available right now. I'm obviously obliged to plug that, so we have a QR code here, which you can scan if you want to come speak to us. Otherwise, we're dotted around the room, myself, Adam, and Nicole. So we're excited to have a chat about it later on at the roundtables as well, and talk about how we can change the way that passengers interact with our services. So thank you very much.